The streaming software is yelling at me. Make sure that you start 2 minutes earlier on time. You're out of here. Flipping. Dude, I used to have a job at this place called the Westmoreland Club. And I walked out of there when I was 22 or 21 years old. And that was the last time anybody ever told me anything. In any case, my name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. Flipping, I got software yelling at me. What is going on in this place? You know, I'm kind of riled up. I had someone with the audacity to send me this thing. Listen, I won't put them on blast, but here, we're going to talk about backlinks today. This is a stream. I'll edit this. I'm getting it every which way here. I'm getting yelled at by the software. I'm on Facebook. I'm checking through, right? And I get a message. So I'm going to address this first, okay? I think it could be good, all right? I put out a small little post in my little tiny group, right? Small amount. And I said, hey, name one real business that's doing parasite SEO. Please, like, go ahead. Any sustainable, real business, okay? Doing parasite SEO. And I get someone sends me a picture. Now, I won't say which person sent it to me, but they sent me this thing and they said, here, look at this, right? I almost fell over laughing. Here, maybe this could be promotion, I guess, but I don't care. I think it'll be fun. But I want to point something out too. You know, here's what they sent me. They're like, hey, Chris, I thought you said that it's kind of a waste of time. Like, you can't, like, don't be doing this. It's a waste of time. It doesn't make any money. Right? And like, I got you. And I was like, well, it's all good, dude. It's all good. But we're going to talk about backlinks. Don't get me wrong here. All right. But here, I'll get this out of the way because I think it'll be funny. So my name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. In today's video, yes, of course, we're going to speak about how to create backlinks for your website. Most notably, I have a client who works at a filter company. All right. He's actually in part of another automotive industry, multiple projects going on, right? He has a company called FilterBuy, I believe, something along these lines. So he's looking to do some link building. And I told him straight out, like, hey, there's, what's your risk tolerance? Because that's what link building can be about. Everyone sees the same thing through different eyes. That means there's different modes of thinking. People do things all differently. And regardless of who you ask, if you go to the straight liars, they'll say, oh, we're doing white hat link building. Link building is against the guidelines, period. It is what it is. It's laughable, though, to think that you're not going to be getting placements or paid placements. I'm not lying. I would love to help people get placements. If you go to Quoted or use your Prowlies, or we use Muckrack, that's paid placement. Like, think about it. You get a message on, we'll say Facebook. A guy sends you a list. What's the difference between that dude sending you a list of subpar stuff, right? And going over to Muckrack and looking up the 30 best journals, right? 30 best U.S. men's journals. Yes, Authority's better. Yep, those sites get better traffic. They are much better. But at the end of the day, they're selling links. You see the difference? So it's the risk tolerance with this asset is much lower. The risk tolerance here is mid-shelf. Like, I would never buy links off some random person that sends me them on, say, Facebook, right? Some willy-nilly, or I'm on Black Hat World, right? I have multiple stores on Black Hat World. Not under my name. That would be insane, right? My biggest fans would be in there just dinging me. So I've learned my lesson over the course of time. I created small brands, or I'll make partnerships with people, and I'll take my name away from it. So people that have specialties, this could be a piece of information for you if you're getting into the agency business, or if you're getting into the web business, stay in your lane, and partner with people that know each niche. They know everybody. They're already respected. You're jumping to the front of the line. They know the lingo. They know everybody. And most importantly, they've earned the trust, right? So if I can earn that trust, we build a partnership. Obviously, these astronomical amounts of dollars, you have to be willing to take a less of a percentage to get yourself in the door. I'd rather have 5% of 10 M's than 100% of 50K, right? So I'm just saying, we're going to break this down. I have a guy called Filter By, okay? I'm waiting for people to come in if you're wondering why I'm talking. I'm a little riled up because someone sent me a message. We'll talk about that now. But here's what we're going to cover in this video. All right, let me take this off because I'll use this for when I break this out later, for shorts and whatnot. I want it to look decent. I don't want to look like a hoodlum with a flippin' beanie on, right? Okay. That's a little better. I can't fix this, But hey, I do what I can. All right. You got her board? I'm not fancy like I see them doing it now. I got the flip one, right? I don't got the Vibe. I don't have the Google board. I am not giving up 10 G's, all right? Like, no way. That's insanity. But I give up 2. So here's what we're going to cover. All right, friends? Now, this is where it comes into play. Like I mentioned, I have a client, so we're going to be getting and creating, okay? There's strategy and technique, and there's a mode of thinking we're going to choose. We have a list, all right? In fact, here, I'll even go over here and I'll show you what we're going to be choosing from. So I have multiple, like I said, I deal with a lot of different companies. I work with a lot of different companies, okay? One of our lists, I would say medium to high shelf, okay? We have stuff that looks like this. So you have the middle one is DR, this is your UR, and then this is Majestic, and then this is Moz. Depending on who you're offering your services to, when I make these videos, remember, I'm not just I'm talking to the next person up that's going to be in the agency. I'm talking to the business owner. I'm talking to you, right? I don't know where you're at or what you're doing in your career or why this video could be valuable for you, but I'll give you as much information as I can every step of the way, okay? So I might seem scattered, but I'm just giving you information. This is an educational channel, okay? And if you want it to be more polished, where people read off teleprompters and have no idea what they're talking about, then go over there, all right? But if you want a little bit more scattered, but I do this every day, stay right there, okay? With that said, here's the type of metrics that we'll be looking at. This here is a traffic column, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So these sites get some traffic. So DR70s, DR19s, DR50s, and the name of the game in 2026, it used to be 2 years ago, the name of the game was high referring domain count to pages that you want to rank. And that's still cool, but I would much rather have hyper relevant internal linking. These are the links that you talk about yourself. Alongside of that, it's not about the site and the words that are on the site that you're getting a link from. It's about the referring domains that is pointing to it. Are you with me? And I'll jot it down here to make it, because I'm a visual learner. Maybe you are too. Most people are. So we'll break this video down like this. I'll go over to the board. I'll break down each of the concepts. I'll draw them out so you can have an understanding of what I'm talking about. The second step of this and what we're going to be answering today is going to be, well, what are backlinks? What is link building? What is Google value? It's not a teleprompter. I write down on a little sticky note, right? Like you probably do. I watched a video the other day. This was hysterical. I'm watching, I didn't watch it. I watched it for about 30 seconds. It says, rank on maps fast, right? I click on the video and I was blown away by this because I'm like, all right, these guys are ranking. Who's out there beating me, getting distribution? What are you guys talking about, right? Because this is mind-blowing to me. I go into the video and it's how to ask ChatGPT for your category. Dude, listen. If you don't know your category, you're not like just hang your jersey up. Like if you gotta ask AI what your category is, insane. That's not gonna help you get anywhere, I assure you. I know this is a backlink video, but I'm blown away. And then the other thing was this on this piece, like it's just insane to me. They send me this picture. I just got it like within the last few hours. They're like, "Oh, I thought what did he tell me? Oh, I thought Parasite doesn't work." Well, dude, if you type your brand name in, right? If you type in your brand name plus anything, like, dude, if my name was Google and like I put like Google in some long tail term, brand plus term, you're always going to be a winner. And if you weren't, then again, go hang your jersey up. Like, that's not impressive. You should rank for your name. This is not impressive. This is only impressive to those that don't know what the heck they're talking about or what they're doing. Are you with me? Real businesses, Orkin, your family plumbers, these law firms that we're working with, the guys that are out here buying 100 houses, we were generating 1,280 leads a week. It never even entered our mind to do anything ridiculous such as this, where the rug can be pulled out. Just saying. I'm just saying. To each their own, but that riled me up a little bit, so I apologize. That was the I got you. Are you flipping kidding me? You gotta do a lot more to get me. Oh my God. You know what you're freaking dealing with here? Okay, anyway, I love you guys. I'm here to help you. All right. Positive. Stay positive, I know. So, this is a stream. I can cut out whatever I want. I can say whatever I want. It's my channel. Most of all, I love you and I want to help you. So we're going to break this down. We'll break down this list and we can take a look at sites. What are backlinks? We'll break that down. What does Google actually evaluate? Like, well, what is the link graph? What is semantic link building? I was going to go for semantic link building, but there wasn't any volume, right? Like there's no search volume. So people want to know how to create links for their site. And then they'll go out there and go to the person, the guy flipping the links, charging you, beating you in your head for $200 a link, doesn't have the best link. It's because they have the most visibility and you're getting robbed. I just want to point this out. You need to know what you're looking at. I don't care how pretty the site is. And neither does Google. Google can't even flipping read. Have you even seen Google's blog? Would you say that this is a high quality, beautiful site with lots of UI and UX? Come on. Let's be serious, right? It's plain Jane, modern, and very, very, what would you call this? Minimalistic. This is what's being valued. The SEO is on point, and that's what matters. The category matters. The niche matters, right? And we're not talking about the words on the page. Surrounding text, yes. Title tag, yes. URL, yes. Overall internal anchor, yes. Outbound links on the page that you're getting a backlink from, yes. But what matters is the category. And here's how we know this. Let me point this out to you. How does Google evaluate sites? Well, they evaluate sites just like all your tools do. And here's what I mean by this. Come on over here. All right? We're getting into education now. I'm sorry. I ramble. I'm a normal person. I talk, right? Just like you. I'm sure you get excited, I apologize. Straight positive, moving forward. Look at this. I even wore my good shirt. Huh? I did this for you. Actually, I was out to eat. So I went out to eat with my son. It's my it's not my weekend, unfortunately, but I still wanted to go out to eat. Polywhirl, just pulled that. You see that? That's a Radiant, by the way. Anyway, I like Pokemon. I love comics. I used to own an auction company before I did this. I know a lot about a lot. but not as much as SEO. I love SEO the most. So how does Google and other search engines, in a semantic sense, evaluate a site? It's the same way when you're looking at your tools, the way the tools do. Okay. So here's what I want to point out to you. Come on over here and take a look at this. Here. So, Google. Google, and I've talked about this before, but here, let me show you. So Google AdSense categories. Okay. So take a look at these categories. You can take a look for yourself here. So Google AdSense categories, here, we'll get a list. So this categorization or this taxonomy, right? Well, I think is the term, okay? If you take a look at this, see there's sensitive categories and then there's your general categories. See, when Google, it's always follow the dollar, okay? So the classification of site where is primarily focused upon where the money is for Google, their ad platform, right? So with that said, they classify sites and their payout is based upon the same classification. There used to be this thing that might even still be here, but it's depreciated, called the Topics API. And your Topics API, this does not do just. There's 359 topics. And look, I'm not even looking at a card. I just know. Huh? Pretty good, right? There's 359 topics. Okay? So out of those 359 topics here, in fact, Google AdSense topics list. What is it? There might be more, there might be less, but last time I checked, it was like 350, somewhere in there. Okay. So you can take a look at this for yourself. Look up the taxonomies. You get the point here. It's literally verbatim that you'll see on a tool like, say, SEMrush. You know, when you're coming in and looking at a site, the classification of link that Google came up with, and I'm sure they took it from somewhere else, right? Because that's how it works. They don't create anything. They build on what they either have or what they went out and took, right? That's how they work. That's how they've always worked, right? Just being honest. So we know they're not creating, they're building on top. So if they have a perfectly good a way to identify sites, do you think they're going to change it for the backlink or the link graph? What is called a link vector database? No, they're not. They're going to build on top of what they've already perfected and patented, by the way, right? They plus outrageous amounts of patents for link vectoring too, okay? So this is how they classify sites. Now, we don't have access to Google. We can read, we can get documentation, we can see patents, we can try to pretend we're clever and utilize AI tools, right? Which is laughable, but still. Do you think that the powers to be would allow you to get the information? Or would they say, oh, the people that think they're smart, here, take this information? What do you think? Just saying. So here, come on over here. You try to look up something and being clever. You think they didn't think of that? I bet you they did. So here, see, you come inside here. This is SEMrush. Now, this is one tool of many. In my personal opinion, it's one of my favorites. You know, if Rand would do a little bit better, I would go with Moz. But SEMrush is sick. I like this a lot. Ahrefs, I wouldn't give the time of day because they wouldn't even talk to me when I was starting to like get some work together. I didn't even want anything. I just wanted the tool to evaluate. And they told me, nah, pound sand. So I'd never really mess with that, even though my partner buys it. See, do not touch. We do this for bulk link analysis. So when you're looking and evaluating your sites, we're pulling up NP Digital. There was a reason for this because I was going to show you his link profile and the quality of links that they're getting to their site to show you, hey, how much do you want to bet that these sites look like the PBNs that you're buying? They're identical, dude. So, but here, take a look at this. You come over here, you're going to go to referring domains, and we're looking up category of link. Now, this category of link is identical to the AdSense. It takes me a while to get warmed up, sorry. It's identical to the AdSense, all right? So when we come over side of here, we're going to look at category. So this is the first step that matters. It's, yes, Secondary is what's on the page. The pictures, how pretty it is, it doesn't matter. What matters is what's in the title, what's in the URL, what's on that page, what outbound links are on that site overall, what outbound links are on that page that you're getting a link from. And most importantly, what referring domains are pointing to that site, because that's what classifies the site. Okay? If I have a site, if I have a website, to bring this, hammer this home here, okay? If I have a website here, I don't like the way this one looks. Come on over here. If I have a website, okay, and on this site, right, I have babies, we'll just say, okay? But every single referring domain is in the category of cars. What do you think this site's about? It's about cars. It's in the automotive space. You know, if I fire in 1,000 referring domains that are in the same category, this is now a car site. And why is that? Here, I want to break this down for you. So this is how it works. So if you have these sites, think of it this way. 3, 4, 5, 6. So each of these sites in the same category, okay? Just think of it this way. So this is a car site, all right? And let's just say that we have this another, and this is actually 100,000 different sites in the car industry, okay? If I have 100,000 sites in the car industry, these are all linking over here. Even if I don't get a direct link from this 100,000, I just get a link from here and here and here and here and here. It's like getting a link from these 100,000. This is how the link graph works. I'm in the link graph because every site is connected, even if it's not a direct link or a reciprocal link. And that's the link graph. Are you with me? And it's not broken down by, oh, I just want to go get Forbes or I want to get this. No, it's broken down by category. And the best way to understand this is look at the ad categories and then look at the tools. Ahrefs even just added page category to confuse everybody, make everybody nuts. They put page category to identify the page, and then they have the overall authority of the site. They have the referring domain or category of the website. So they have page category, and then they have site category to make everybody nuts. Craziness. Does that make sense? Hope so. All right, so that's category. That's how the categories work. This is the link graph. I want sites that are in a category. So take a look at this. We're going to look at this guy here. Look at our boy NP Digital. All right. If you take a look at NP Digital's similar profile, it's hysterical because they have identical links. I was working on a project for nickpouches.com. I was working on a project, right? And we were doing some testing with wild stuff, right? Fun stuff, authoritative stuff. If you go look at the backlink profile and you look at NP Digital's similar polarity of profile, they're identical. How could this be? How could it be? Interesting, right? So that's the link graph, but take a look at this. Do you think it's a coincidence that, I'm not saying that they're the end all be all, but I wouldn't say that NP Digital doesn't know what they're doing. Of course they do. So do you think it's a coincidence that they have 479 links in the advertising marketing category and 454 in the online services category and 218 in the information category? Now go over to your local plumber website and take a look at their crap. I guarantee you it says arts and entertainment, info technology, crap that's non-relevant. But when you go and look at the sites are optimized with plumbers holding flipping wrenches. And they paid $200 a piece for them. That goes on every day. People don't know. They don't. It looks pretty. It looks like a plumbing site. I don't care what it looks like. I care what links that are going to it. Does that make sense to you? I hope so, because that's what matters, friends. All right? Quit getting whacked. Listen, come over here. And I don't care where you get them. This is not a pitch. I don't care. Like, I was about to sit down and stop doing all of this. Like, I'm good. I promise you. Like, I'm done. Take a look at this. DR70. Look at the traffic count. Now, I do believe that this guy puts the gentleman that I work with is a little bit wild. Who would have thought, right? Two guys, they're pretty wild working together. Now, I do believe that there's only 260,000 hits a month overall to the site. DR70, what do you think that's worth? I won't tell you what I pay. But out in the marketplace, what do you think you'll get banged for something like that? 500? Let's just say 500. What do you think that these value-based sellers will charge you for something like that? Value-based, as in they set their price point based upon what they think you're going to get. Dude, I'm talking to these lawyers, right? And they're working with companies that are smashing them. 15 grand a month, 10 grand a month. Crazy. Nutty numbers, right? And they produced 5 blog pages and built freaking PBN links for them. And they're getting banged for 10 grand a month. Come see me. This is crazy. That's value-based marketing. That's stupid. I don't care what the next guy makes as long as I make mine. So in any case, I digress. I digress. So when you take a look at these things here, right? DR70, we're looking at the category of link. This is the link graph. Let's move forward. All right, traffic. See, 99.9% of the time, friends, you're buying. See, they're selling you. Here's how to create links. Isn't just going and getting links. I could show you all day. I could give you a million lists. I could give you the best prices in the market. Whatever you want. Niche edits, comment links, PBNs, profiles, whatever you want, right? But you need to understand what you're getting, because I talk to business owners all the time and they think that backlinks are an advertisement. I just had this dude flipping, what was his name? Something 360, a trainer dude. I'm flipping him DR30s at $8 a unit in the personal injury space, right? This guy's like, oh, this site's slow. I don't like these. These are bad. And why are they so cheap? I'm like, DR30, 500 referring domains. Like, we don't even know what you're looking at. I digress. Take a look at this. So traffic. Here's the thing with traffic, okay? Check this out. Here's what I want to point out to you. So when we're looking at traffic, so they're going to sell you on a dream of this. I say they, I don't know who, right? So let's just say it's 10,000 monthly visitors. Most of the time what they're going to say is they're going to say, okay, we guarantee 1,000, okay? Why only 1,000 or 500? Because here's the play, right? You get a site, you throw it into the SERPs, you run traffic to the homepage, or you run branded traffic. Because when you go and look, now why would I want to run branded traffic? A, it helps the pages that start to come in. Like say I sell a guest post. It's going to allow that new guest post to quickly get indexed, at least to get evaluated by Google, right? But secondly, why am I going to guarantee 1,000? And why, when I look, will it primarily be branded? Do you want to know why? Do you know why? I'll tell you why. Because when you're doing a search for brand, your brand always shows up at the top. So I don't need to waste resources cycling through search results to find the page to click on it. So then I can increase my perceived value, of 1,000 or more, whatever magic number they've came up with. They'll say, okay, hey, we got 1,000. But here's the problem, 1,000 per month monthly clicks. And they'll say, okay, hey, it's a DR30, right? Or whatever number you want. So we got a DR30, we guarantee 1,000, and the site looks pretty. The site doesn't matter, it doesn't matter what it looks like. The second thing is I don't know where these links are coming from, right? Like I don't care if it's coming from other PBNs, but what category are they in? How well are they curated? And here's the biggest thing that they never tell you. They don't tell you what the link decay value is. If a link was built to a site and it's been longer than a year, that's starting to lose value. Like the value of the link is starting to disintegrate. For instance, if I got a site that's up, right? Check this out. Let me show you something. I'm giving you tips as we go. This will make great shorts later on. If I have a site, right? This site right here is a DR50. And this bad boy has 500 niche specific category referring domains, right? So it's got 500 of these bad boys. These are sites. These are 500 referring domains in the category. But here's what they don't say. These links were built 5+ years ago. What's the value of those links? It's the same value. Think of it this way. You know when you go get a press release and let's just say you got banged. You went to the actual company. Let's say you went to Cision or you went to PR and you got really whacked in the head, right? 950, 700, some crazy number, right? And then you're wondering why you can't compete. Getting banged every step of the way. Absurd, obscene. I hate it. It disgusts me. It's ridiculous. And then they go into the lowest common denominator to produce the work, and then they bang in your head. It's not fair. It's not right. That's why I started this channel originally. Stuff like that. So we take a look at this DR50. We have our 500 referring domains. These links have been sitting for a long period of time. And they say, hey, you know what? This sweet site, it looks good. It looks great. It's a DR50 with 500 referring domains that are in my category, and it's getting at least 1,000 hits per month. It looks good. To someone that doesn't know better. See, and then they'll say, okay, hey, you know what? That's $300. That's a good link. What they don't say is that these links have been sitting for 5+ years. And the other thing they don't say is all the traffic that's coming in that's that 1,000 is going to be branded traffic because it's the cheapest type of traffic to send. And then here's my favorite part that they don't tell you. Right? Price should match. The price of something should be determined based upon its equity in the marketplace. What is the value to the marketplace? Right? See, just because you can go get that page like this site's getting 1,000. Remember, it's the same thing. 500 referring domains, right? You with me? It's getting that 1,000 traffic. Okay, but remember, I'm going to do it a little smaller so I can get it all on one page. Is this flipped correctly? Let me see. That's all I freaking need. Oh, here. Name, share, shape, size, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 yakety smackety, blah, 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 yakety smackety. Here, hold up. That's all I need. The peanut gallery. Non-fans that may have an opinion upon anything. Oh, man, I couldn't even see it. Oh, geez. Flip your screen. But here, I'll do it for you, though, because I love you. For those of you that ride with me. I could have swore I just pushed this. All right, now let's see. Ah! There we are. So much better. Sorry about that. It's all right. Stick with me. Remember, we're still answering these questions. I'm answering the questions. I'll draw them out, give you sorry for too much of maybe a spicy definition. I'll try to keep my thoughts to myself. Or maybe I won't. I don't know. It depends on what arises. But this is the stuff that makes me upset and sad in the marketplace. So remember, so to catch you back up, I'm sorry I had to flip this back, but now we're back, okay? I'm dropping people. That's cool. Better for you guys, because I didn't even start the video yet. All right. 1,000 referring domains. This is traffic, and this is RD. Now remember, they didn't tell you that 500 referring domains were created over 5 years ago. So there's something called link decay. Not that they lose all equity, but they start to lose value over time. Have you ever thought to yourself, why does Google Search Console not show you every single link that was built? Some would say, hey, you know what? Maybe it's because they only show you generally 1,000 unless you do an export. But how many sites do you know have more than 1,000 referring domains? How many sites in your local market have more than 1,000 referring domains? Honestly, 1,000 referring domains of something decent that Google would want to keep in the forward-facing index, right? That hasn't started to lose link decay or have link decay over time. I'm just saying. This is another way of looking at it. So what they don't tell you when they have their 1,000 traffic, 500 referring domains, what they don't tell you is these two things. On that site, on some other pages, okay? Remember, these are $200. So this should be creme de la creme. There should only be 20, 30 outbound links max on that whole site, if that's what they're doing, flipping links, right? We used to do a one-to-one to a referring domain one-to-one. That's when you're selling links at $1 a piece, $2 a piece. You buy a site that has 500 referring domains in the last year they've been built. You have 500 referring domains, you sell 500 links off the site. It's a one-to-one, right? I know, guys, it's all half of what the referring domain count is. And then they'll say, okay, that PBN's burnt, or they do something called flip it. They'll flip it over, move it to the different CDN, wash the site, and start back over. I've seen it all, right? But that's the piece they don't tell you, is on this site, there's going to be these other pages, right? On this site, these pages, this right here, this could be about MLB, Major League Baseball. This page right here, this could be about dentist. This right here, this could be about, I don't know, Cairo. Okay? This right here, this could be about CBD. This right here could be about roller skates. You with me? It could be about anything. So the outbound anchor text, also the internal anchor text, is diluting the overall potency of this site, not to mention the amount of outbound links. But here's the other part they don't tell you. See, they're selling you based upon this. See, the price point. This is the discrepancy. It's all in the price point. The price point suggests top quality. But what you get is old referring domains. 500 referring domains that are old as heck. 1,000 traffic that's probably only branded. A ton of outbound links where every single piece of the equity is gone. And last but not least, my personal favorite is, remember this 1,000 traffic? They forgot to mention that on this page right here, this one right here, the one you're going to get, well, this is a new page. It's a brand new page. Now, during the evaluation period, yes, it might automatically index, but is it going to stay in the index? Are they going to rebuild it at the very end? And how many more links are they going to sell? But really, this 1,000 traffic doesn't matter because it's not going to my page. Secondly, this is new UR on this page, or PA, depending on the metric that you're using. And they'll still, but $200 a link suggests top tier. Top tier, top shelf. Remember, you can go to Forbes. Forbes right now flips links for $3,500. Forbes! Think about it. And that's my second nerd. Here's the next piece. Now, we can talk about the other type. And they'll say, well, that's why we use Muckrack. That's why we use Prowly. That's why we use quality outreach. No, you're getting expert inserts next to everybody, every other Tom, Dick, and Harry that can get them too. Right? Expert, the only true authoritative links right now are going to be actual articles about your brand, business, or service. They call this a featured post. It's only about you. Those are like $5-6 a pop. Most brands don't need that. They need a fair link for a fair price. So here's the other thing. You're on this page. Let's just say you go and get what? What's jumping right now? MSN. What else? What's another hot one that they're out here flipping for crazy dough? Motley Fool. What? What else? What else is there? Whatever ones. Oh, the Men's Journal links, Martha Stewart, This Old House. What? Right? I see this price range anywhere between 300 to what? I've seen them up to a G. You with me? The reason why the money matters is because the dollars need to reflect the power in the marketplace. Perceived value is not how you need to buy links, is what I'm getting at here. And I'm going to move on to the subjects, okay? Because this one always fires me up. All right? Links aren't an advertisement. And those expert ones, the problem with this, I'll move on to the next subject here. It's not that it's a problem. It's a great link. I love them. I sell them. I love them. They're great. They're better than a PBN if you have a client that has low to medium risk tolerance. If they're in the price range, if they're in the budget of, say, $190 to a $255 budget range, I would gladly give you an MSN or a This Old House, Martha Stewart, any of those top tiers, any like the Journal, the Standard, the Mirror, Mashable, Flip It, any of those links that you get those inserted links into, and then it syndicates out. Some guys are banging you for the syndication, but most don't. So the problem with this is it's not this page, because they'll usually do a roundup or they'll do a roundup, or they'll do a expert in like an insert. They'll do a roundup, they'll do a checklist, they'll do a listicle. And the problem with this is twofold. Okay, it's not that it's a problem. These links can be great depending on where you're getting them placed, and depends on your niche. See, when Business Insider, when Market Watch, when what was that purple website? It was like an e-commerce website. Well, when all these sites got banged, the purge rate for these high quality sites, they either A, switched to no follow, or they hid them within a JavaScript redirect, or the other thing that they started doing was their purge rate skyrocketed. What's this mean? It used to be the purge rate or the site flip over time would be a year. People let it ride for a year. Purge rate on Martha Stewart, This Old House for those listicle posts, and this is the fair range. This is what I said it should be at. Most guys are out here charging $1,000 a piece for these. 900. Well, yeah, but your purge rate is less than a year. It's crazy. That's crazy. And the other thing they don't tell you is, you know how many outbound links are on those sites? That's why MarketWatch got banged. Yeah, they have an authority out, astronomical authority. But how many outbounds did they have? How about Globe Newswire? Remember when they switched all the links, but they actually hid them in the JavaScript? Business Insider, all of them did it. You need to know what you're purchasing. Perceived value is not how you buy links, okay? That's the end of that point. Okay. Now we talked about the category of link. Category of link, right? Let's say that you are this dude right here. All right? This guy right here, I'm not an artiste. Well, kind of I am. He's a plumber, right? We have this site right here. You got this greedy little guy right here, okay, with a big fat belly. Oh, I got a niche relevant. No, no, I'm just kidding. So, the links that are coming to this site here, okay? This is what makes up the category. Yes, on the page that I'm getting a link from, I want it to say plumber. Yes, the overall density, the topic, the sentiment of this article, I want it to be shed in a positive light. I want the overall density to be about plumbers. On the page I'm getting a link from, the surrounding text I want to be definitely sentiment rich, very happy and positive. I want my A tag to be either branded or exact match, or be just a naked link over to my plumbing website. Yes, all that matters. But these links that are coming into this site, if this is a plumbing website, I probably need construction, maintenance, or real estate or home. I'd have to go take a look. Whatever the category of link is, what link graph is that site in? What link vector graph is it in? Okay, vector database is what they call it. That's the true name. You look that up, vector databases. Okay, moving on. All right, next topic. And we'll go and take a look. How Google evaluates, we covered that. Okay, I showed you how to do this inside of SEMrush. We already covered this, right? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you with this guy. I'll give you a live example on how you can utilize SEMrush to evaluate a site. See, most people, most vendors, depending on, not every vendor is transparent. Okay? And there can be multiple reasons for this. Right? All right. So here's how you do this. So here, let me come over here. Let me drink some of this water. Is this water? Doesn't look like water. Looks like pre-workout. Here, let's try it. Ready? Cheers to you. I can't make out certain colors. Color blindness, I think. Especially like really light colors. Sometimes I can't tell. Okay. Come on over here. See, the vast majority of these sites are actually Neil owned. Okay. So, and they're like, oh man, this guy's got such authority. Well, dude, when you own freaking, when you're buying up, yeah. I mean, I get, jeez. Hats off to them, by the way. I mean, no. It was how I actually, why I'm actually looking at this is I was working with a Nick company, like this kind of thing. And I saw in their similar profile, this site came up and I'm like, wait a minute, what? This is crazy. Like I was doing straight up brand building, we'll say. So here's what we're going to look for. So I have a dude, right? And I already asked him, I already got the green light, but this could be you. So when you're looking at evaluating sites, here's what we want to do. So if you're working with a vendor, all right, if you're working with someone that maybe you're doing monthly SEO, maybe you have an agency or you have a trusted vendor. I don't mean like you're going in to sample somebody's work, right? You've never done business with them. You place an order for 5 or 10, you spend $200. No one's going to give you their list. Like no flipping way. But if you have rapport, you've been working with the company for a while, or maybe you have them as a monthly SEO, right? Here's how you would go about, and we'll analyze a few of these together. And I'll show you how you can go about building semantically correct links. Okay, so here, we're going to do this together. So here's how you create semantically relevant links. Now we're going to utilize our dude here. All right, our dude, our friend. His name's Dave. He's a good guy. I think he's a good guy. I talked to him a handful of times. And he has a company called Filter By, I think, something like this. And he is in, what country is he in? What state is he in? Let me think to myself. This is a new one, a new project. I just need to figure out. He's doing AC repair. That's right. Filter By. It's not Filter By. That's I mixed those up. Sorry about that. So here, we're going to do AC repair. Florida, I think, is one of the biggest. So we're going to come over here like this. We're going to go inside of here. We're going to look for 1 second at the keyword magic tool. We're going to go and take a look and see where the most potent the e-commerce businesses filter. You can go check that out. It's called Filter By. But the offshoot is the business model is almost franchise where, hey, we'll give you the office, we'll give you the opportunity, we'll give you the products to perform the job, but we want you to keep your existing name and your brand. We'll give you infrastructure, we'll give you process, we'll give you website, we'll give you marketing. We'll do all the behind the scenes. And Johnson and Sons in Nashville, Tennessee, you stay right there, and we're gonna put our hands around you, if this makes sense. Exactly the model that I utilize within the SEO space. Like, you don't want your name blasted everywhere because there's positive connotation and negative connotation, right? It depends on who you're talking to, right? So I think it's genius. It's a great way of doing business. Plus, they have the rapport, they have the business, but we can inject our marketing tactics into their name. You with me? Right? We can infuse our next gen marketing with their 20-year run in a marketplace in the AC, HVAC space. Okay. Very similar to what we just did in the real estate space. And I tried my hardest to do in the personal injury space, but there's rules and regulations. It's a little bit, you can't flip leads. It's way different. It's different. It's a different thing. I tried though. I tried. You can work on stuff, but they don't buy leads like that. Not from guys like me. I couldn't get it going. But in any case, let's come on over here. We are going to go to the keyword magic tool. Oh, by the way, I tried this. If you've ever had it before, it's called Bolly Good. It's this lemon ginger mint tea. Oh my gosh, it's delightful. Like, it's so good, and it's carbonated. Oh, it's really a treat. I highly recommend it. I missed my trash can. I don't know if you heard that. Whoops. Anywho, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go take a look. It doesn't matter. We're launching a national campaign. This guy, I could see the fire in his eyes. He reminds me of a few guys that I've worked with in the past. Like, I think we're gonna have fun with this market. So, but we're gonna go down to Florida and just take a look quick. So we're gonna do AC repair. Actually, AC company. And we're gonna go take a look and see. AC company. Let's go to Miami. Spelled that wrong. Is it company? And we're going to identify $20 a whack, 18,000. Okay, so AC repair. $20 a crack, 550. So AC repair company. What do we got? $6,012. Okay, so AC repair it is. We're going to do AC repair, and we're going to go and hit it's actually not Florida. I think he's at Texas to start. But here, we'll look at Florida. It doesn't matter. He's going into Florida. So we can look at what's the hardest place? So largest city in Florida that's not Orlando. Jeez. Jacksonville. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. So Jacksonville. All right. So what we want to do is we want to identify the category that we need to build into. So what you do is you find and enter a marketplace. And what we're going to do is we're going to identify the 2 or 3 largest, just for sake of example, and also doing some homework. So Jacksonville, Tampa. I had a guy in Tampa. No, it wasn't Tampa. It was AC company. It was near Tampa. I think it was called like what town is that? What is by there? He has I want to see how he's doing. Again, this is a stream. Wesley Chapel. That's it. I have a guy that we previously did some work with. Let's see how he's doing. So AC repair, Wesley Chapel. He has like an orange. I think it's called like. I think his site is. It's this guy right here. Nice guy, great guy, by the way. Yeah, Wesley Chapel. That's right. This dude right here. He's in Wesley. This guy right here. He should be. Yep, number 3. So there you go, buddy. You're welcome. That's a prime example. See, I don't do the monthly. We hit first page. We hit map pack. Out of here. That's okay. I'm glad to see you're still up there. Good for you, man. Okay, anyway, let's move forward. So Jacksonville, Tampa. Oh, we're going to be, AC repair, Tampa. We'll go to Tampa. AC repairs in Jacksonville. What's the other one? Tampa. Largest. Let's do Fort Myers. I don't know how big that is. City in Florida. Okay. Cape Coral. Oh, Cape Coral is large? Dang, I used to live right there. Tallahassee, Tampa, St. Pete. Let's do Cape Coral. So we can do Cape Coral. Largest city. And Miami, okay. So Jacksonville, Tampa, Miami. I love Miami. Perfect. AC, repair, Miami. And then here, now I do believe that the company where we're starting is actually in, we'll do AC repair in Houston. And then we'll do AC repair. And I'll show you guys something. Repair in Austin. No, Dallas. Even better, Dallas. Now that's got to be a city. Okay. So we're going to take a look over here. We're going to see who the winners are. Now, in order to identify a true winner, you want to be a winner in the map pack and you want to be a winner in the organics. That's what I usually love to look at. But sometimes you have to take what you can get. Like when you see this kind of stuff, 2,000, 13,000, these guys have been in business for a very long period of time. I would venture to guess. You know, they're not playing in Jacksonville. Bueller Air. Bold City Air. Oh, yeah. Colarus. Donovan. I think I know Donovan. I feel like we worked on this. Let me see here. Man, this looks familiar. Anywho. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this guy. Copy, look, he's packing it all in. See, this tells me that you don't want to, well, I'm not going to give these guys any hints on category yet, but we are going to take a look at this. We're going to come over here and we are going to take a look at referring domains. Okay, so we're identifying the link graph, the backlink, the backlink link vector database. That's what we're looking for, based upon the database that we have access to that we pay for, which is called SEMrush. Okay, 400 referring domains. Category. Yep, construction. That's what I thought. So here we're gonna go here, and then consumer services being what they've outlined the site as. So here we're just for fun. This is the guy that's going to be in here. So this is the number 1 player, Jacksonville. Okay. Number one player in Jacksonville here. You can shrink this down. Go here. Okay. Number one guy. And then they identified this particular category for the site itself. So it's this one right here. Okay. But you can see where the mass is. So number one for Jacksonville for AC repair. Okay. Very difficult industry. You know, it can be fun. Kind of like towing, in a sense. Towing, any of those types of industries, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. For me. Not for everybody, but for me. There's lots of cash to be had, if you're doing a good job. So we're going to keep going here. Now we're going to go over here to, we're going to take a look at Bold Boy here. So this is going to be the number 2 ranker in Jacksonville. All right. So number 2 Jacksonville is this guy. All right. So we're going to look at the referring domains. We're going to look at category. Then we're breaking this down. So very similar amounts. All right. Consumer services. See? Same category of site. Referring domains are relatively, he doesn't have as many consumer services. So there you go. Well, all right. So this is the number 2 guy. Number 2 in Jacksonville. Okay. Number 1, number 2. All right. So now we're still looking at this right here, and then we're going to outline this. We're going to go here, and we're going to go for this. All right, just so I can remember, hey, this is what the site was identified. Now, watch this. Now we're going to go to another city, another big city, same key term, new city, okay? See, this is how you know that the link graph is very, very important. So what we're going to do here is we are now in Tampa, Florida, no longer in Jacksonville. So, sorry, dude, I didn't mean to show you. This is my guy. Not anymore. I don't know who he does. I beat Cool Day, huh? Dude, you're winning in Tampa. What are you sad about? All right. All right. Miami's even bigger. Oh. Let's grab the site. We're looking at overall. See, because the second thing would be the internal linking. All right. So we did this. This guy is Miami, so another huge city. A lot more. Wow. Okay. Consumer services. All right. And, yep, just as I suspected. Now, so we got 3 players, still consumer service. All right. So we're going to paste this. We're going to put this guy right here. This is our number 1 player, number 1 in Miami. Okay. And then this right here, we have the same exact thing taking place, which is what? Well, when we come over here, is they're all winners for the on-site. So their overall site topic is a consumer service. So you could even say that the sentiment of the content, in a sense, I know it's not the feeling of it, but it's the topic, what the content's basically about is going to be consumer service, which is great. But this is also a category type that you can build into. And this will be our secret weapon, because you can see that top players in the largest city have a large basis. Now, this guy and this guy have consumer service link types, but they don't have them at high amounts. But take a look at their top 5 categories. Let's look together. Okay. And then we're going to go to Texas and I'll show you something. I'll give you your epiphany for today, hopefully, or maybe you may already know this. So when we come inside of here, take a look here. Online, construction, advertising, info. Online, information, construction, advertising. Top 4 categories, different amounts. So the sort order changes. But look at this. Now, mass media, this guy's doing PR. So he's probably got somebody pumping PR. Fine. But look at online, construction, PR, and then he's got his information. And there's your advertising. They're identical, even though they're same key term, different markets. Now let's switch states. Watch this. Now, what we're doing together is, remember, I have a client that I want to work with where we're about to go. We're gonna have some fun together. We're gonna have a great time. This will probably be the last time I talk about this particular niche until probably next year. Once we go in here and really run amok, then I'll start slapping my gums more. But for now, we're going to put our heads down and work together. But let's go to the market that we're actually going to go into. I know Florida's our secondary market, but we're going to go in here to Houston. Okay, Houston's a $32 a click hit. Big money. So you got somebody betting $32 a click. 4,400 hits a month. What? This is obscene. Right? Dude, this is lawyer money almost. What are the lawyers getting out here? Let's go see. Car accident lawyer Houston. What are they doing? 40? 60? It's crazy. Oh, Houston. Yeah, okay. Wow, okay. I stand corrected. Oh my gosh. Yeah, maybe that's the kind of money we're doing out here and where we're operating. Wow, that's crazy. I'm glad we don't want Houston. Oh my gosh. $120. Is that worse than what? Is it really that high? Okay. What are they getting out here? Yeah, 35. See, that's what I thought. See, car accident lawyers in Philly, $35 a whack. See, that's what I was thinking. What's truck getting? Should be more, I would assume. 20. So, dude, truck accident, car accident, $20, $30. The car accidents were getting what, $35 a crack? I mean, this is freaking. Look at $45 for AC repair in Dallas, $32 for AC repair in Houston. I mean, this is big money, dude. This guy right here is a problem. Is this guy winning? Oh man. Oh, you're killing me, dude. This guy knows this. This will be fun. Okay, okay. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. John Moore. Okay. Oh man, dude. This guy's making me fight with myself. Oh my god. Oh. I wonder if that, Dave, is that why you say, I didn't realize this until just this second. Is that why you sought me out? I didn't put. Well, I'm going to go take a look at quick. 2,300, hitting them in Houston. So now we're doing AC repair. Top player, I think this was number 3. Let me just double check. Where are we at? Oh, 4. Oh, wow. So he fell. Dude. Oh, man, that's crazy. You're number 4 in Houston. I didn't know you were doing that. That's wild, man. Good for you, bro. Good for you. John Moore, Houston. Number 4. Who would have thought? Look at this. Number 4 in Houston. Here they are. Customer services. Not consumer. My mistake. Look at this. Paste. Look at this. Number 4. So we hammered it home. I'm not even going to look anymore. Number 4 in Houston. Take a look. It's identical. Is it pretty safe? Is it safe to say we know what categories to purchase now? Of course. Easy. So this is the link graph we want to buy into, right? Or curate our way into. So number 4 in Houston. Let's get one more bet in the water just in case. Let's go to Dallas. Who's the player? Baker. Reliant. Oh, Reliant. Reliant. So Baker, oh, this guy's doing his thing. Oh, it's an internal page. I love it. Good for you, buddy. I don't know who this is. Do you guys have a all independent? See, these guys are smart. They don't put nothing down in here. If they got a market, what is this? What you got going on over here, buddy? What is this crap? Oh, I see. Where'd you learn this? I love it. 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 Yo, nobody was talking about that stuff, dude. Wow. I don't know who this is, though. I guess I'm not the only one that figured that stuff out, huh? Look at this. Sidebar. Oh, this guy's going to be a problem. This guy is very similar work. Tight on the headings. Air conditioning. He's got all the hits in here. He's got the second way of saying it. The HVAC. He's got services, repair. He wrote out air conditioning. And then down here, he wrote the AC and the meta. Clever, clever, clever. Right on the money with the words. Oh, man, this guy's going to be an issue. Internal links, A tags. Let's see if he's counting. Oh, he is. Oh, man, this guy's going to be a problem. Oh, boy. Okay. So this guy knows what he's doing. Who is this? This guy knows what he's doing. Whoever did this knows what they're doing. Hats off to you, sir. Let's see if they hit it. Let's go see here. Or just stuff it. This is good work. This is good work. This is good work. I'm impressed. This guy knows what he's doing. It looks like I did it, but I didn't do it. This was not me. This was not me. Local impact. What's this? Local impact. Oh, this guy's got all kinds of crap going on. Oh, this looks, wow, this actually looks like a white hat. Yeah, they did it right, but I bet you they paid through the freaking teeth for this. They had to have. Client, anyway, sorry. I'm sorry. Wow, this is really good. I'm baffled by this. I can't believe it. They did a really good job. Well, hats off to you, sir. You did a really good job. I am impressed if that matters at all. You got financing. You got it going on over here. This is what intrigued me over here. You got some stuff off the page here. Does this change? Is this identical? It is. Good job. How's your structure? This is good. This is good work. A little bit old school, but tight. Siloed. I mean, this is a plumbing website, so I would see a hard silo typically. Are you doing plumbing? Yeah, that's your main. That's what you led with, but you're winning. Wow, you must have a lot of links. This guy's gotta dude, he's crossing categories. So either they've been in business forever or they've spent dumb money. They had to have been around for so long to be able to cross pollinate. Either that or they're only getting traffic for AC and the other stuff fell off the face of the earth. So let's go see. Plumbing's in their name, so I assume, but they are winning that AC term. So let's go see. I'm dying to know. I have to see. I'm gonna have to deal with this freaking company. Jeez. Damn, so people know their name. They've been in business for a minute. Yeah, these are all straight site links. People coming right for them. This is site link. All their traffic is people that are already coming looking for them. That's crazy. Impressive. Good for them. So they can have number one. You got that. Oh, it's funny. See, like this is the kind of thing, yo, if you see something like this, unless you got a lot of money to burn, I wouldn't even chase these dudes. But that's me. Let's take a look now. $1,500, not so much. So we're in Dallas, but if I'm not mistaken, Baker brother. So look at this, customer services, and yep, that's Dallas. So there it is. Reliant. Let's take a look and see what this looks like. Slow as molasses. Wow, this is old school. Look at that. All right. So there it is. So there we go. I'm very happy with this. We're going to bring this over here. Still AC repair. All in the same category, like the content itself, like overall, like if I did a scan in Screaming Frog, their overall internal anchor text would scream customer services. That's why SEMrush is identifying their overall pages as customer service. So now you can also buy into that category as well. So this is going to be number one in Dallas. I think it's AS Dallas. Who cares? This is just for me anyway. Well, and my partner to be. So we want online construction. A few people that looks like they're doing local PR. So we could do that. So let's take a look here. So how often are they doing that? Let's go into how often. Let me see what companies are doing that. So they have 27. So in Houston, let's go back to Houston. He's got 27. He has the highest count, right? Yeah, let's go see how often they're doing those PRs. Let's see if it was in the last year or 2 years, because that could be a competitive advantage. So we're going to go to AC repair. So that's this dude. Let's take a look at this guy. Wait a minute. Whoever did the work on that other site did the work here. This is a template. It's identical. Does this guy have zip codes in here? Look at same placement, same idea. I'll show you a little trick. Either that or they're just copying. Customer. Online construction info. 123. Mass media, so the same count. Ah, same network. Caught your ass. Okay. So who are you? Let's go take a look at this then. Go in here to backlinks. Let's go take a look at your similar profiles. See what's connected. And we'll see if they're connecting to other assets. Take a look. Sometimes people make a mistake and they'll link back to themselves. I know I did at one point and I got dinged. Then I realized you never, ever, ever use your network and link to yourself. Piece of information for you. So similar profile. KC water heater. George Brazil Plumbing. Who's this? So Berkey's has 439 links in common referring domains. So this is how you find here. You go down the list. Cell Point, High Performance HVAC, Berkey's. Who's Berkey? Let me see. Is that like a manufacturer? It's a plumber in Dallas. Same style. Oh, so all your clients, you're using the same link network. Oh man, dude. You're crazy. So who is this? Scorpion or something? Got a lot of custies, dude. Dang. Everybody's got the same backlink profile. You're loading up all your custies with the same links. Are you crazy? Building media. Let's go see what this is. What's up? What's up? Who's this? What do you got? You got links? What do you got? What you got? What you got? Is this the plug? Can't be. Oh, it's wait a minute. Training solutions. Good for you. So are you the same as this dude over here? What's his name? Baker Boy? Let's go see. See, there's a little hint for you. See what we're looking at? Isn't this fun? It's the best business in the world. Come over here and we'll take a look. See, look down the list. This could be considered a acwholesalers.com, mybinding.com, servicechampions.net, 386 common, Wolfers Heating, George Brazil, this guy's got a high count, Camp Addict, UK boy. Okay. I don't see anything. I mean, I see. It's interesting. Okay. Let's take a look at this guy now. So, what I'm doing is I'm looking to see are these the same people? And we can tell, like, if they're using an agency, which I'm very surprised by this, but there are similar profiles are connected within the same industry, which could be good for building up. It can be good, but I'm very surprised that they would build. You've basically built a link wheel with all your clients. It takes one guy, like, let's just say that we were in competition. Like, oh, dang, got ya. Okay, so here's your lineup. So it is the same company. Intriguing. Huh. Benjamin Franklin Plumbing. That's a big one. These guys are all over. It's a big company. Whoever's doing this work, it's got to be like Scorpion or something. Okay, moving on. Where were we? We were identifying the backlinks, the backlink profiles, the categories. All right, let's go see what we got. Let me go see what we have going on. So now that we've identified the categories, you saw how we did that? I got off a little bit by identifying competition to see if they were in the same place. Because, another reason, is if I can identify the competition, right? Or I can identify the people that are beating you, and I know they're working with an agency. Well, if they're working with an agency, agencies usually don't do link building in-house, right? Not everyone houses their own links, okay? Like, the probability of that company owning thousands and thousands of sites, like, that's not their only business. Their business is marketing to businesses to get people in the door, and then they get the work done as cheap as they possibly can. So I'm assuming I could probably buy my way into that link graph, is what I'm assuming. Depending on, I'd have to go looking, but I'm betting. And that's a small tip for you. So you identify, especially when you have I have a whole lineup of competitive, like they have about 389 sites that are common in a link graph together. And it just so happens, like, they're even using the same template. This is a templated site and they're all winning, right? So they have aged assets that are sitting in place. They've put their marketing fuel on top of it. And they've done a relatively good job. They've done a lot of things that we do. Like, verbatim, a lot of things. Their structuring is the same. Their internal linking is highly optimized. Like, they do a lot. They have multiple modes of social media within the web. Now, I don't generally do this kind of stuff because I don't want to give away equity unless I own these companies, which I noticed they don't link to all of them. And next door, they probably get leads from here. So that's probably smart. So yeah, I like what these guys are doing, but I also saw, let me go see what this says. Oh yeah. Okay. So I just want to see what we got going on. So I just want to see on this type of list. So this list here, we generally run for anywhere between $50, anywhere between $80 and down, I believe. So, like, I think I sorted these by, I don't think I sorted these actually, because I could tell by, these are numbers that are in our network. If I made these small on purpose, and then I hid the sites over here. See them? So what we're going to do is we're going to look in this category then. So back to our topic. So what we did there together was we actually went out to the market and we're looking for AC repair, AC company, and AC service, right? So what I did before we jumped on, when I was talking with my prospect, was, but it's a client now, but when I talked to them, what we identified together was that, hey, services, company, repair, these are the three primary, along with HVAC. These key terms, it's always the same pages, same sites, but sometimes they'll be in different order based upon the on-page optimization, right? So when I identify that service, company, and repair mean the same thing, essentially, we went to the marketplaces that have the hardest competition, because we're not even going into the hard market. Because I don't want to fight for, I like medium-sized market. Medium-sized market, we can fight for cheaper, right? So you identify in the hard place, okay, what you take the same type of concept that you would do in the hard place and you go to a medium level. That's what I like. I don't like low competition because there's no money, right? There has to be enough butter, gravy, you know. So we identified our key terms. We identified the category of sites, which is customer services. And then we identified which category of link they're in. And look at, they're all in the same link graph, obviously. So we know that we want online service. So what I do is I go here, here. Oh, so I didn't even grab the whole list. How many's here? 19? Okay, shoot. Well, I can't do that live. So here. So then when you get friendly with your vendor, um, you know, depending on the relationship you have, they may or may not send you the sites, but they should at least tell you what they're about. And you don't want to know what they're about based upon solely content. You want to know what they're about based upon the referring domains. Okay. So we're going to do online. 129. Four. So online, what else was it? Forgot. Online construction, ads, info. 73. What side's the trust flow? TF is on this side. Oh yeah, we want that one. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, money. Info, we'll take it. 4, 5. No, 5. Money. 5, 6. And you get the point. I need 70 of these, so we're not going to do all that. Plus, I don't have the whole list here, but you get the point. I'm looking based upon category of site, and how we structure things in this particular list is whatever's first is the primary category. See, but you wouldn't know that though unless I told you, but now you know. So what I'm looking for is, if you look at the ones that I chose, is the category anything remotely the same, because our categories are based on Majestic, so I have to double verify in SEMrush. That's step 1. And 2 is I'm looking for anything that's a DR40 or better. Like I'm looking for bangers, right? Because my inventory will switch over. Like once I sell like these kind of sites like that I get, if it's got 471 referring, it's getting a boatload of traffic. Like, dude, I might only be allotted 10 links to sell. You know what I'm saying? Like I only can flip so much. So I got to get the order in, get it out. So on this type of order, this type of stuff. And again, these are in the $100 range or lower. But you go out in the market. Here, let's go see. Here, watch this. I'll show you something. Average cost of a DR50 website with, 5,000 monthly visitors. Let's just go see for fun. Typically ranges $5,000. Insane. Yo, even if you were going out here, let's say you were coming out here to compete. Let's just say that you were going into a marketplace, right? Think about this. Links lose value over time, right? Let's just say that you need to allocate dollars to stay in the link graph once every other year, once a year. Let's just say once a year. Let's say I need to go out here and compete with Baker, right? I want to compete with Baker Boy, okay? Let's take that crazy number of 5K. Let's get rid of that. Let's just say that you're on an average of $250 to $500 a link. I'm coming inside of here. These are the ones that have been identified as the category specific of quality. I need 158, right? Like if I did the follows and I did the quality, he's got 1,500 overall. But how many are category specific that are actually moving the needle? So that's why you come over here and you take a look. So let's just say $160, 70, 80, 92, 10, 20. Let's just say it's 220, right? 220. And let's just times that by $500. Like I have now, you guys and gals might be different than the customers that I talk to. But what company? That's only 200 links. That's only 200. Who's ready to spend 110 grand on links every other year? I've never met a customer yet that wants to. Not in local. It just doesn't happen. It took this company, look at, if you go to an internal page, check this out. Here, there's all year, but here, let's look at a real player. We come inside of here, right? Let's just find a real player here. We go to Houston, AC repair, and this is just the AC market. This isn't even stupid competitive. Like, this is hard, but it's not crazy stuff. Let's just look at, here's the air conditioning page. So an internal page, right? Here, watch this. Internal, look at, so you go to the way back like this, way back machine, right? Come inside of here. We'll go to the air conditioning page. Okay. Like, look, so it looks like they gave up, right? It changed hands. They gave up, it changed hands, and then they got on the back end in here. They may even have gone, it's looking like here's where they had a bunch of scans. There's not enough jump here. It's not dead like this. But this is totally toast, and then it toasts out here. So I would probably say somewhere in this range. So 20. Let's give you the benefit of the doubt. These links weren't built overnight. Let's just say from 2021. Remember, this is an internal page. From 2021 until now. That's a lot of time. So I'm just saying, like, you can't just do this overnight. Things take a lot of time. To be a real winner, like, you want to be dominant, think 2-3 years. And then, okay, if that's the big crazy number, like, I would want to spread that out. But okay, anyway. Wait, did I touch all my topics? Let me make sure. I'll edit this later, don't worry. We talked about what to look for, right? And then here, let's come on out here. Here, check it out. So let's just go. We all know here. Let me show you something. Like, here, watch. Come inside of here. And here. This is a very well-known, at least if you're in the SEO space, you know whose site this is, right? This is where they flip service, right? So, you come over here. Let me show you something. So 104 starting point is Cloudflare, okay? So here, let me show you something. You come inside of here. Now, like I mentioned before, here, backlinks, outbound bulk analysis. Oh, my mistake here. Referring domains. I'll show you something real fast, all right? And then if you have any questions about these topics that we talked about, all right? We talked about mirroring categories. I'll show you the anchor text piece next because there's two elements of winning, all right? And we'll talk about that in a second here, but let me show you something. So when you take away the high authoritative stuff, see, some things you can't buy your way into, right? Like, you have to own these companies. They have this link because they own it. They have this link because they own it. They have this link because they own it. But here, watch this. See this 104 though? See, this 104 is a magical thing. So what you do is you come in here, you sort by IP. This is why the vendors use this IP range, because you're standing next to Answer the Public. I'm standing next to Neil. Neil's site's sitting on a 104. I got sites for blackjack sitting on 104. You with me? Here, take a look at this. Go to your IP and you put, not exact, but begins with, you do 104, period. Okay? Here. You come inside of here. Now, I'm getting to something. I'll show you something here. You're going to sort these by, remember, authority is far different. This AS score is a mixture, okay? They put, when you go and take a look at their graph, they're putting 35% of the weight on overall traffic, which we know has nothing to do with page rank. Even though the page rank has changed, traffic has nothing to do with page rank. Zero, zilch, nada. With that said, all right, that's the only thing that's my only issue with SEMrush's weighting of link metric is that they put in a 35%, I think that's what the graph showed, was a 35% weight on overall traffic to the domain. Not overall page traffic of the domain. They're given a 15% weight to the traffic of the sites that you're getting linked from, right? So they put, 35, 45, almost half of their percentage of AS scores based upon traffic. Crazy. I think you should give it weight, but don't give it that much weight. Weight it according to the page that the link is on, not overall, but that's my opinion. But I don't own the company. This is just my opinion. Look at these 104s. So let's scroll on down the list. Look at these. So this is probably what they're farming, right? Look at it, all sitting on the same network, very close to one another. See it? This is probably farming. And if you don't know what farming is, well, we could talk about that another day. But here, let's even go to more authoritative. They're either farmed or directories. Okay. But here, we'll sort by more authoritative. We'll get into the middle tier. Here. Something like this. Right? Something like this. This is a good range to be in. This is PBN land. All right? Just stick with me here. Now, I could be off on some of these. Right? Like this one might be real. Oh yeah. Okay. Like, dude. Take a look. Like this. Like, if what does this look like a real site to you? Like, honest, does it? Does this look like a real site to you? Does it? Like, hey, I'm just asking. And her new here, let's take a look. This, see, we can tell the range that they farm into. So they farm into this range. So here, we'll go up one more. Watch this. I'll show you something. All right, so these are the hires. Big. Still 104 range. Yep. Perfecto. Look at this. Now they wouldn't. A real one would be on like Big Leap. So, as here we go. Cali, that's fine. AI, BR, Tent and Co. Here we go. Here we go. Anyinfo.com, .net, .org. Studio. Here we go. All right. There we go. Is this real? Oh boy. We found a winner. Is this real? Is this real? And then here's the next step. So what you'll do is when you're identifying, see, I just pulled these out to showcase. Just because a landing page looks authentic, how you truly identify is there's two ways, but I'll give you an easy way as a user. Sometimes you'll see, and it just won't be worded right. Like we'll just launch a demo and we'll just leave it because I know Google doesn't care. But you still want it to look pretty because people value some cosmetic appeal. We used to just launch HTML sites and people were losing their minds, even though they were $2 a piece. Changed it to a demo, charged 12. Okay, fine, no problem. But here, the way you do it is you take a site like this, okay, and you see what the category is, right? See, this one to me screams PBN. But how you can tell then is you take a site like this. I just grabbed one that I think is a PBN, like definitely, like they probably all are. They're just well curated PBNs. Some of them are probably real. I probably got it wrong on a few of them. This is probably a PBN right here. Who and Naz, that's probably a PBN. But here, watch this. You take the site, you put it into your tool, whatever tool you want. If you don't want to keep paying crazy money, you can go over to SEO Power Suite has cool tools. SEMrush has great tools. I have them all. Don't get it twisted. I own them all. But I use SEMrush the most. See, look, I here SEMrush, Keyword Magic, Organic Research, Referring Domains in bulk. But I have a Majestic account, right? I pay them money. I have an account. I can log in. You with me? 561984. Watch, ready? Boom. In. See? And I have an account. I have an Ahrefs too, but that's on certain clients that I have. That's why it says do not touch because my brother, I do a lot of different work, right? But my real estate stuff is here. The clients want to see that, so That's not for you guys. That's my lead generation stuff. So, what you'll do is this. All right, I digress. But I'm just saying I like SEMrush the most, but I have them all. I love them all for different reasons. Okay. SEMrush really stepped up their game though. So we'll come inside of here. I just don't like their weighting of certain things. Plus, you never take the one singular opinion. When you have something bouncing around in your mind, you probably ask somebody you really trust, but you always ask one more person, right? It's the same for SEO. Like I really respect the opinion of SEMrush, but well, what's Majestic say? What's Ahrefs say? What's Moz say? Hey, what's my friend say? you know? But when you're looking to identify, now the next thing is this. You'll come in here to backlinks after you put maybe a site. Now remember, it's not just about the referring domains that are coming. It's not about just the page, but it's about this too. So you come in here and you go to outbound. Okay? See this outbound? So here we go. Oh. Okay. So you tell me. So this site here, right? CXO Today, IT Perspective and Decisions. How much do you want to bet that every site, look at the lineup, why would it link to Instagram unless it was linking to a social profile? Whose social profile do you think it's linking to? You with me? Arguably, one of the best SEOs is doing exactly what I'm telling you. See, on the front end, he says no. But you never look and you don't listen here. You go and look, right? Hopefully this makes sense for you. I hope it makes sense. But if you come inside of here, let's go take a look. Let me guess, the clients that they have? I would assume, let's see what kind of clients they got going on here. Let's take a little peek together here. La-da-da. Oh my gosh, who would have thought? Oh my goodness, just linking to oneself. Oh my gosh, this is just cray cray. Who would have guessed? Oh my god, I never would have thought. Look at this. So, and then here, let's bring this around. So, arguably, allegedly, potentially known as one of the best in the industry, this is the PBN. Just saying. All right, now, do you guys have any questions? But if you went here and bought a G, don't see me. There's millions of people. It doesn't matter where. But know what you're getting and understand what you're buying. Links are not an advertisement unless I'm paying for an advertisement. You want an advertisement? You go sign up with Forbes for $3,500. There's guys in my space, in the law space. Jason, what's his face? He's paying $12,000 a year to be an advisor. And probably gets great business off of that. Plugged in on Forbes, one of the best SEOs in the law space. Bam. Yeah, $13,000 a year. To me, that's crazy. I can't spend that. But that's a featured post. They sell that. Just know what you're buying. That's all I'm getting at. Okay, I love you guys. So here, we identified that. Here, let me see here. Talked about traffic. Okay. Here's the last piece. Here, do you guys have any questions for me? Here, let me go see. I know I'm bouncing around here. It's okay. I'll edit it later. No, I'm not answering my phone. Stop harassing people. I'm working right now. Hello, Chris, your favorite local SEO. Oh, thank you. It's good to see you. Sign in Hogbin Marketing. Well, great to see you. Yo, good evening, Chris. Yo to you. The pattern of God too. Okay. Good to see you. Is answering on Quora useless? No. My PhD, they're published online. Can I use it as a backlink? My PhD thesis is published online. Can I use it as a backlink? Why not? Of course. I mean, that's just one link though, so maybe built with extension, we'll say. Maybe built with extension, we'll say. Perhaps. What are you looking for? I was looking for any mark. Why, Jonathan Barnes K9X? I was just looking. Oh, no questions. Amazing. I love it. Oh, that makes my life easy. Why, thank you. Last thing I'll give you. Okay. So we identified this. So here, we'll break this down one last time. One last little touch here I'll give you. One last piece. Okay? Here. Let me see here. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Go over here. Click on this. Okay. Go to this. No, I want the screen. Finally found it. Okay, here. I'm going to hide this. Put this here like this. Here, let me show you something. I'll show you something very briefly. Okay, I'm going to draw it out and then I'll show you on the screen. So remember, here's what we identified so far. Can you guys see here? Where's the mark at? Here? Okay, so here. All right. So, first and foremost, we identified that if I'm getting a link, yes, what's written on top of the page, okay, in the URL, in the title, the main density of the page, the surrounding text, yes, this matters. But that is not what we care about when we're purchasing the link as much as where all of its links come from. The site is not primarily about what's written on the page or on the pages on the site. That's not only what it's about. That's 20% of what it's about if I had to put a number on it. Yes, I want this to be relevant, but that goes without saying. But what's more important is that there's 500 referring domains, as I just showed you. You know, do you think it's a coincidence that when I went to AC Repair, when I went to AC Repair in Houston, Dallas, Tampa, and anywhere else in the United States, that they're all in the same link graph or category? No, it's not a coincidence because Google evaluates sites. The link graph is evaluated just like they identify sites for AdSense. Okay? So that's how they classify their sites. All right? So it's all about the referring domains and which category you're in. The next thing that we talked about was the traffic. Okay? If the only way, here's what I'll tell you. When we're talking about a website's traffic, the only way to give it value, because how you're being sold primarily is that they'll say there is 500,000, we'll just say, traffic going to this site. That's spread out over, we'll say, 50 pages. Most of the time, you're getting a new link on the website, right? It's a new page, new link, which starts with 0 traffic. But on top of that, the only way that traffic would make any difference to me, which is what I'm going to tell you, the only way it would be any more valuable is this right here. If I have a page, okay, on my website, and let's just say that this is about car law, right? So for car law, you have car crash, right? Think of all the variations. Car crash lawyer, car accident attorney. Think of your variations, right? Law firm, car accident law law company, AI car accident law company. Every variation and every co-occurring term plus car accident lawyer. right? Think of all the variations. So that list of variations, those subwords, those co-occurring words, okay, are you with me? Think of all those words. Now, the only flipping way that traffic makes any difference to value is if those co-occurring phrases here that are coming into this page is actually generating traffic for any of these co-occurring key phrases. And those co-occurring key phrases are precisely what my page is optimized for. Well, then the propensity for a link to be clicked has increased. So that's the only way that this link would be more valuable. But not these absurd amounts. You have built no reciprocity. You've built no extra value. You think that, I read some article on Diane's recipe blog that I'm going to be more inclined to call you as a car accident lawyer? That warrants $2,000? Are you kidding me? No, it doesn't. But I might pay a few extra dollars. I might pay an extra 100 for something like that. 200, 300 bucks. Not thousands. No. If I could get a feature post from Forbes for $3,500, why would I pay some freaking dude I never even met $500 or $1,000? I wouldn't. It's obscene. Okay, so there's that. That's the only way traffic is worth more value, is that when you get your list of terms, and I want to rank this page for any subset of these terms, not the site is getting the traffic, but the page I'm getting the link from ranks for those subset of terms, and it's going to link right over to my page. It's ranking for identical terms that I'm optimized for. It's the only way traffic is more valuable. We tested it. I tested it numerous times. I've tested it in the open market. There's no question. Prove me wrong. If it wasn't true, think of this. I could sell you 1 million. Think of this. You get a link from MarketWatch, right? If it was true, MarketWatch gets how much visitors? AP News gets how many visitors? Yahoo Finance gets how many visitors? Right? Google gets how many visitors? If traffic was so valuable, then how come when I get links from these pages, I don't go to the moon? If traffic was so valuable, even these guys paying $12,000, my mistake, $13,500 a year for a Forbes link, Forbes advisor, they're an advisor now, then they get 2 featured posts and a visitor profile. How come then inside of SEMrush, when you go and look, they only accrued 400 hits from that? Is that worth it? If traffic was so valuable, they're not ranking through the astronomical moon. They're not number 1 across the board in every flipping keyword they want. No, because the traffic has no value. Unless it's going to bring a sale, and then there's value. Okay, so we hammered that home. You guys get the point, okay? Put a little extra sauce on that for you. We talked about what are actual backlinks. So backlinks, when we look at links, is this better over here? Backlinks, if I have a link and I'm getting a link from here to here, it is not, what it is not is more important than what it is. It is not a promo. I'm not getting a link, nobody's ever going to care about this. Now, there are certain assets that we care about. Like advisor dude, yeah, he cares how he looks. Perceived value is everything, especially when selling to somebody's going to give you $15,000 a month. Sure, I want to look good. You better, right? But it doesn't matter. It's not an advertisement unless it's an advertisement. Like Forbes Advisor, that's an advertisement. That's worth the money. You're paying your way in to be seen and to be standing. That's like me. Why do you want to get pictures with people that are in your industry? I'm standing next to the best because I am the best. It's the same thing. That's an advertisement, right? It could be any way you want it, okay? All right. So that's that. It's not an ad. It's a link. The objective of a link, all right, the last piece here or another piece, the objective of a backlink here is to get into what is called the link graph. Okay, the link graph. So like we identified during our video here, we were looking up AC repair. We were looking up AC company, AC services, okay? We identified 5 primary categories, and there's always 5 to 10 primary categories based upon the link graph that we want to purchase into. Then tools like Ahrefs, SEMrush, and Google not only identify the link graph vector, link graph, based upon other sites that are in the vector, but they also identify sites based upon the overall content. Now, how do they do that? I'm going to show you right now. Here's how it works. You see, yes, there's big, broad in general, right? And then you can start fine-tuning with on-page and optimizing the title tags and the H tags. But there's 2 ways that they identify what a site overall is about. Do you want to know how they do this? It's twofold. 1, primary overall density of the overall website. 2, primary internal A tags, internal hyperlinks of the website. So if I were to take every page on your website and give it a big hug and squeeze it like an orange and it all dripped out every word, what would the word cloud say about your website? They would analyze this and they would send it. You know what NLP is? Google's NLP. You know how they categorize? They figure out what the syntax is. They figure out what the sentiment is. They figure out every word. Are we using the right words? Yada, yada, all this junk, right? All this stuff that doesn't matter to normal people like you and I. But what does matter is that's how they understand what your site is about. So I need to be saying the right words on all the pages. That's step number 1. The second thing is when I'm internally linking, what do I say about myself? So a great tool to use is this one right here, Screaming Frog. And no, I'm not promoting it. It's just a good tool. I have no skin in the game. There's no link. As far as I'm concerned, I dislike it immensely. Do not purchase it. But it's good at looking at this. Let me show you something. Here. Come on over here. So let's just say we want to go win. Let's say we want to win. I don't know. Let's go back to our AC repair and say Houston. Okay. We go down here. We grab this site. We bring it in the Screaming Frog. And remember, there's 2 things we're looking at. Overall word cloud of all the pages, picture an orange. I squeeze the site into one giant word cloud or a word jug. What's the overall density? If I took the corpus of every page, what would those words say? Well, that's what your site's about. So here, you bring this into here. Now there's some other tweaks that you have to do. It's up here inside of your configurations. All right. So we are doing the spider, and that's another talk for another day, but mine's already configured. So it's all about this down here. The inlinks and the ngrams, okay? And there's certain configurations that you have to do in order to get it to work this way and run as fast as mine's about to run. But it's very easy to figure out, and maybe I'll make a video about it another day. But right now, I just want to do an analysis. So watch this. Click start. I won't even run the whole thing, but watch this. Because I'm only looking to identify certain things, okay? I won't even let it run the whole way. But now let's take a look together, okay? So remember, I told you there's 2 ways. Inlinks. Visualizations, we'll do it this way. Crawl tree. So, here we go. Oh, wrong button. I did not run that analysis. I apologize, but I did run the in-link analysis. So here you go. I'll give you that one instead. So, but here, it's both of these. You just have to click the button. I'm not setting this up right now, but here, see this body text word cloud? It's the overall, but then you do your in link. Okay. So this particular person here, overall, the entire site, right? Here is their overall cloud. Okay, home. So this is probably across the site. Remember, I just went and got, what was it? Houston. This was number 3 ranker in Houston. But here it is. Air, Houston, services, HVAC. Pretty clear what this site's about. Now, if I did the word cloud, it would probably mirror that. Now, if I come up here, watch. So we'll do this. Visualization, crawl tree. Okay. See, what's the structure look like? What is in all of these URLs? What is on every single page overall? And what is the overall internal anchor text? That's how you identify what the site is about first. The next thing is I want to get into the link graph. Okay. So we talked about that. That takes us to traffic, the value of traffic. What are backlinks and what aren't backlinks? How does Google evaluate sites? We talked about that, right? Take a look at AdSense. Talked about the on-page evaluation, the off-page evaluation. What else did we talk about? How to check your analytics, right? How to check, well, within SEMrush. I wrote SEMrush, which I showed you. How to classify, how to figure out what links you're buying. The next thing that we're looking for is, well, what to look for. That's what we've been going through this whole time. The last thing is, well, what's the link graph? We shared that together. And then lastly, how do you match and mirror? Well, by taking the accumulation of everything we learned. Well, what are categories? What's the site links? What are internal links? What's internal anchor text? What is the overall density of all my pages? What's the over internal density of my A tags? That's hyperlinks, internal hyperlinks. Identifying what categories the competition is in, identifying what the overall internal linking structure is of my competition, understanding what the overall corpus or density, the word cloud of every other competition. You're matching and mirroring on all these fronts. Do you get it? When I'm manipulating traffic, what am I matching and mirroring? Here, it's the same concept over and over, and you might not see it. See, a page here, I'm going to give you one last gem, okay? And I test to back all this up. Numerous books coming out very soon. I want them all to launch all at once because I don't want to I want to give it all away in one shot. So here. So I was going to do piece by piece by piece by piece, but I decided not to. I'm going to put them all together. And I have 1, 2, and 3. I have a local, I have an off page, and then I have a general. And they're about to hit. I'm almost done. I'm on the last one right now. So here. Take this. Okay. So this page, when you optimize this page, right? This is a web page. We have a sidebar. Probably have a hero image. You have some text here with some H tags, right? Probably have a video here, right? Some more text, right? You get it. This is a web page. Web page. I think that's clear. That's a darn nice one too, right? I must say myself. So now that we've identified this is a web page, this web page, because it has so much text, it has A tags, it has pictures, it serves multiple vector types because it's an authoritative website. This here is all A tags, linking to other pages and supporting content to build depth of concept. Like, these guys got it going on. But what else most don't see, or JoJo won't see, this is JoJo, by the way, is that this page ranks for 300 different key terms primarily, okay? So now that we've identified the web page, here's how you do this. So when you're running traffic, what you'll do is you'll go and identify the biggest players, okay? Then you need to understand your own best average. You can't go outside of your norm, and you can't go outside of your competition's norm because outliers get cracked, okay? You can't go outside of your norm, and you can't go outside of the threshold of your competitors. If there is a discrepancy and a pattern forms of a discrepancy, you will get cracked. I promise you. So in order to mitigate or to minify the probability of getting caught, you have to do it gradually. You need to first identify, okay, what the page, remember, ranks for 300 terms. So when you look down the list, what you'll see is you'll see brand terms, right? Branded terms. But then you'll start seeing variation terms, okay? You'll see the exact term and then variations of that exact term. And then you'll see just like odd terms, okay? And then you'll see phrases, all types of words. You take away the brand, and what you're doing is you're going to find the list of words. Are you with me? And you need to figure out, okay, this word here or this phrase here, he gets 20 for. This phrase here, he gets 30 for. This phrase here, he gets 10 for. Now, that's the top player. Now, let's go to the next player. And you're going to get the whole list. Next, you go to the next player. So this is the number 2 person. In my SERP, I'm trying to figure out, okay, to be the winner for the head term, I need to be also getting traffic for these terms. But I can't be higher than this person, and I can't be higher than my best average. There's no reason why on a brand new page that it's outperforming my other pages on my site that have been there for a year. You can't do that. At least you can't do it where there's a pattern built long enough. You can do bursts. You can get away with it for a day or two. My personal favorite is right when you launch it. So you're identifying all the term and term variations and their amounts. Then you identify your best average. And then you start sending in traffic in very small quantities for every term and term variation. And that's how you do it. So what you're doing here is this. I don't know if you know this or not. So stick with me here. Watch this. Let me just point this out to you. So I want to be a winner. This winning site right here has 3 things. 1, 2, 3. It has winning, on page, and technical on page. So what do? Match and mirror every element. But this bucket right here of on page number 1, I'm looking at and identifying the top 10 players. And I'm coming up with an average on page that's optimal based upon winners. Next, number 2, is there's an off page. You see, I could say whatever I want about myself, right? And you have to, right? You have to say and have the right words, the right internal links, the right optimization. My site has to be fast enough. I have to have the images. I have to have the videos, right? I need to mirror what the winners have. I'm a winner. But see, Google doesn't value what I say about myself enough. So there's external sources, and that's where number 2 comes in. But this is twofold. We'll talk about 3 in a second. Number 2 is our off page, and that's our links. But links aren't just what you think, high quality guest posts or listicles. When you're building links into what is called data vectors. The vectors need to be filled. What do I mean by this? Multivectoral retrieval means Google is identifying and looking at what? Words, images, video, audio. So what links do I need to build? Category specific that are in one of those 4 buckets. That's the links that I need. Oh, Chris, well, how do I find those? Well, by figuring out the categories that the competition is in. And then now that I know that I need audio, image, video, and words, well, the words are easy. Guest post and whatever else kind of links you want. Socials, podcasts, videos, and image sites. Easy enough. That was 2. Number 3, we just talked about it. I'm identifying my best pages, right? Identifying my best. We're talking about manipulating traffic here in this last one. 3 is optional. It's up to you. But I need to follow the same process. Who's the top 10 players? Really, you need the top 100, to be honest. And then you get your average. That's where AI and stuff is very, very helpful. I need to analyze the top 100 really to have a truly effective strategy. But let's just, for sake of argument, we're going to say top 10. Okay. And what I'm looking to identify is this page right here to be a winner for plumber in Houston or AC in Houston. That page ranks for more than one key term. There's a certain percentage of traffic that's coming in based upon brand and secondary traffic based upon brand. On top of this, they might have a certain amount that's coming in off paid traffic. There's a certain percentage that comes in from referral, and there's a certain percentage that comes in off variation of primary term and then generic based terms as well. And I need to identify the top 10 results. What are those terms? I need to identify what numbers they are actually getting that traffic for, and then I need to measure it against my best averages so I never go above my other best pages that have way more data. Because Google has the data. I've had this page up for a year. It knows that I have a 10% click-through rate. It knows that it gets this much traffic. It knows what type of person comes there. Well, if this data is wildly outside of this data, this page will tank, and so will the rest, except for your homepage. That's it for today. I love you guys. You're welcome. Let's see what else you guys got. What are you looking for? Okay, no questions. I love you guys. See you in the very next one. I'm going to bed. Actually, I'm not. Well, I need to take a nap for now. I'm going to take a nap so I can get up. I got stuff I have to do tomorrow. Little C's got basketball again. So I'm going to take a nap. I hope that you enjoyed today's talk. I hope that it was wildly helpful for you. All right. If it wasn't, I apologize. If you have any questions, ask in the section below. I'll see you in the next video. My name is Chris Palmer at chrispalmer.org. All right. Any white label needs. You want to partner up? You want us to do the work? If you're good at getting customers, but you don't want to do the work, come talk to me. If you just need consultation, you need someone to take a look at your site, your GBP, you want me to overlook something, go to chrispalmer.org. I have consulting available. You want us to do the work and you want to just shove work and you deal with the customers, that's where we shine. The next thing though is if you let's just say you're a regular business. Maybe you have multiple locations. I don't know. You want good work for a fair price, go to grayhatseo.com. And it's not that I'm doing gray hat work. It's just that I'm transparent. My name is Chris Palmer. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much. And I love you guys. Have a great day. And thank you.